Hello everyone, hopefully you're doing well. In this video, we're going to take a look on how you can graph time series in Excel. So if for some reasons you missed that, my lecture on graphs that enlightening, most of all on how to graph a dot plots, how to graph a stem plots, how to graph a time series. So I feel free to check my previous videos on this chapter. So in this video, as I said, I'm going to show you on Excel how you can use Excel to graph time series. So remember, time series graph is a graph that is a graph of time series data, which are quantitative data that have been collected at different points in time, like maybe every month or every year or every week. It all depends, right? So it reveals information about trends over time. So that's mostly what we're planning on doing with time series. So you can see here what they ask us to construct the time series graph. List below are women's median in earnings as a percentage of men's median earnings for recent years beginning with 1997, list in order by row. So I reproduce the same data set on column A and B, in which column A present the years. You see, we start with 1997 and it goes up to 2016. And if you count, we have 20 data in the column B for women's median, earnings in terms of percentage of men's median earnings. So to graph it, as I said, it doesn't matter, no matter how the data set is provided or presented, you must organize it in a column format. So put all your data in columns, not rows, because Excel is it's much easier to graph when it rows because it would recognize like a row. Yeah, I mean, a columns can be on the x-axis or the y-axis. So what we're gonna do, because I already did the work for you, putting these two columns together, A and B, I can simply select it. Okay, I don't need to identify right now what's the minimum and the maximum, but if I wanted to know what's the minimum in that data set, if I want to know what is the minimum of this data, we know the minimum. I can just put equal sign MIN for minimum, and I select and I hit enter. That would be the minimum in the data set. And what is the maximum? So I do that because I want to know what would be the scales on my y-axis or x-axis. That's really important. So the maximum in terms of formulas, I select from the top part to the bottom and I hit enter. We know the maximum is 82.5. All right, so it's just to give you an idea. So now I select the two columns and I hit insert. And from insert what we're planning on having. So when we have insert, we can choose the graph. You know what? I could choose the charts, and from the charts, I can take either one, but this one is the one we already construct in our, it's the one that's already construct in our previous lecture manually. So if I do that, what happened, I can simply hit uh, this, and this is it. This is my this one right here, it's really a time series graph. So best I can do is to change the years because I prefer really to start with a 1997 directly instead of saying 1995. I double click on the values on the x-axis, the horizontal axis. So I change the minimum to 1997 and the maximum to 1997, 2017. And the scales, to make sure we understand it, let's do something very simple. How about we put the scales to be only one? So no five, okay? So we're gonna do one and see how that's gonna go. Oh my God, it's gonna be terribly big. So if I try to change it again, I may probably change it to um so, okay, let's do two. Okay, just to make sure, maybe two. Let's try two. Okay, better like that, right? So we do two for the time series, but on the y-axis, the values for the women's median earning in percentage of men's median earning, we see we started with 93. We don't really need 93. How about we change it also and try to put it something like 94 because we know the smallest value is 94.5. So we can start with 94 and increase it with zero point 0.5, right? Oh, sorry, 94. I said 94. And then we're gonna go with this one. Yeah, let's go with 83 because, and let's how about, we can keep it that way or we can put zero point 0.5, right? To show no, 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 no. Okay, give me a second. I mess it up again. So this one stay 1 and this one stay zero point 0.5, 0.5. Okay. So this is it. This is or what you can do if you want, you can remove all those lines because remember we can add the axis by just clicking. You see, if I click on my time series and I hit that plus sign, I can include the axis. Okay, so you see we have x-axis, y-axis. I could also include the numbers, but I'm not intending to do that. There are so many things you can include, but you know what? I'm gonna leave it like this, but I know on the x-axis it's years, years. On the y-axis is women's earning, women's median earnings, right? And percentage of men's earning, but I can leave it like this. If you want, you can even change the color, everything. But for now, I'm hoping you know how to graph a time series. If you need any further explanation about it, you know how to reach out to me and continue follow for more graphs on Excel. Take care.